find out what they failed at. Because that is going to be the secret sauce to making sure that you're successful is for them to explain to you how they failed.
I didn't think I would ever do a fucking podcast. I didn't ever imagine doing that. It made me realize that my purpose is to help others reach the goals and reach their full capacity. And if I can impact somebody's life, that is bigger than money. That is bigger than anything else.
Welcome to Livestream, where we teach you how to stream your life. How you doing, Jeremy?
What's up, Doc? How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I heard you drove a lot this week.
1,009.9 miles. Can you believe that in 1 week?
You're gonna break 1,300.
I know. I better not.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are gonna go golfing tomorrow, aren't you?
Oh yeah, but that doesn't count.
Yeah, that has to count. I want the whole week number.
Oh, you want the whole week number? Okay, that was work. That was the work number. I'll add the whole week.
So tell us a little bit about your week and what took down. I heard you had some big conversations this week.
Yeah, we had a lot of meetings this week. You know, trying to get some transparency with our vendors.
All right.
That was a challenge. I think we worked through that with a couple of them. You know, it was a good week. I mean, it was busy. You know, you and I had a chance to wind down a little bit yesterday and talk about things. And you know, we're both grinders, and we're both grinding all the way through it, right?
Yes, awesome. So today's topic is very interesting, and I think it's very important for our listeners to hear about business mentorship, right?
Yeah.
So now with all the avenues of podcasts, YouTube, Instagram, social media, Facebook, Audibles, do you really think it's necessary to have a human contact to do mentorship? Is that necessary?
That's interesting that you added the phrase human contact, because I think that having a mentor is necessary. And I think that a lot of these guys that, you know, are on social media, on YouTube, are posting everything on Instagram about mentorship, how do you qualify these guys? Like there's no certification, there's no verification that they actually truly can be a mentor. You know what? I'm a mentor. I'm a mentor in the hair industry.
Yeah.
And I'm going to post a bunch of YouTube videos.
Yeah, no, it's definitely.
You know, so I think that part of that human contact is verifying that they're legit.
Yeah, I mean, if you stroll down Instagram, you can get mentors for all different types for drop shipping, for, like you said, hair, for speaking engagements. But what have they done? What have they built? And what have they created?
What's their experience? I think that's if nothing else qualifies you as a mentor, it is your experience as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as a fill in the blank.
Yeah.
I think. You know, and a lot of these guys, hey, you know what? And you see these things pop up all the time. Let me show you how I made $10,000 in a month.
Would you take advice from someone that has not built something bigger than you yet? But
no.
You wouldn't?
I would not. Because you go back to the fact that it's, you know, surround yourself with better people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're not doing that if you're trying to take a mentor from somebody who hasn't done everything that you've even done.
And how would you screen a mentor in regards to loyalty and transparency? Because there's a lot of mentors that have done certain things, but they've done it kind of shady, you know?
Well, that's true, because I think that's the challenge with respect to understanding who they are as a person. I mean, you can do all this background work on them, but you still, you know, a lot of mentorship, I think, is, like I said, based on experience, but it's also based upon their personal beliefs and their personal understanding of what took place.
Okay.
And, you know, that's the challenge, too, with getting into a mentorship, is you have to be aligned with that mentor.
I love that word.
And a lot of people don't do that.
So if you had to screen for a mentor, or you were to start with a mentor, and then midway through the process, you realize that this is not what you're looking for, what would you recommend the entrepreneur, or the person investing in this mentor to do?
Transparency and communication. Like, sit down with this mentor and say, listen, I signed up with you because you said you would provide me with this, right? And I don't feel like I'm getting that. So if you can't provide me with those tools, then, you know, hey, cool, no hard feelings. I think I'm gonna walk. I think I'm gonna step away. I think I'm gonna go, you know, do something else. It's okay to step away from a relationship, right? I mean, in the business, we step away from relationships all the time.
Yeah, it's very important. See, with Livestream U, like my main goal is for our students, let's say students or our mentorees, to have a direct relationship with us rather than be sent out to like a specialist. Yeah, you're gonna have to deal with the office specialist, the office manager specialist, or the phone training specialist, or the architect, but at the end of the day, they're going to have a direct relationship with us, that we are the experts in the field.
I love how you said that, because everybody, there's a difference between mentor and consultant. Okay? And consultant will come in and try to tell you how to run your business. A mentor is there for support, advice, an ear, a conversation based on their experience.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And that's what we want to do with everyone is, we're not going to be the right people if you want us to make the decision for you all the way down. We're going to offer you advice. We're going to help develop and grow you as an entrepreneur.
We're going to help you save money. We're going to definitely help you save money. Correct. We're going to train you, and we're going to get you 6 months ahead of what a regular dental practitioner will be doing if he were to do it from no experience. So
brilliant.
I have made mistakes and have invested in wrong mentors, and I've done I'm not a big fan, honestly, of the virtual trainings.
Me neither.
And like, let's say you sign up for a university and you're doing everything online. It's very hard to hold myself accountable with my busy schedule to go ahead. So I think that's why I like the face-to-face, the phone calls, like a complete accountability program.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have the videos available to everybody. Yeah. We're gonna have that virtual connection with them, but more importantly, we are having that one-on-one. We are meeting with them face-to-face. We're having, Dr. C right now, he's running through the Livestream U program, right?
Yep.
And we have weekly calls with him, and we have on Wednesday, and or Tuesday, and we have a weekly call with him on Friday.
Exactly. Yeah, it's very important that you have that direct relationship with who you're working with. And if he ever has any issues, he calls Jeremy or myself, and we fix the problem right away. See, when you work with all these big consulting companies or mentor groups, like at the end of the day, like it feels like you have no relationship with the person running the program. And
I think that and you said that brilliantly, and I think that they also on that side are so remote that they've lost their way in how like a legit business is run. Yep. Like they really don't understand the day-to-day operations anymore. You know what I mean?
Nope.
Because they are, sitting in front of their computer all the time.
Yep. So if you had to give advice to somebody looking for a mentor, what advice would you give them?
Research the mentor. Get data. How long have they been doing it? Not even the mentorship, but, get a background on what businesses they've ran or, their success stories. And more importantly, find out what they failed at. Because that is going to be the secret sauce to making sure that you're successful is for them to explain to you how they failed. And we're not afraid to do that. And I think that a lot of people are worried that, if you fail, you get labeled as not a success. And that is completely the opposite.
Failure just makes you better, actually.
Preach.
Yep, definitely. So I always try to dig into all that information, but a lot of times you can't find the sources. Like I just joined the John Maxwell speaking mentorship classes. And he has a very unique university in which you go in there and you learn all the different facets of the laws,
Yeah.
The laws of leadership and how to speak to the public and get in there. So he has a very unique course at a reasonable price, which I totally recommend. And then finally, you have a live event where they go over everything with you and then you get certified. But you don't want to be looking for a mentor that hasn't done anything or has created anything bigger or larger than you.
Yep.
You got to find a mentor that you're like, wow, but you also can't go by the fluff, like you got to ask some questions. You always got to ask those questions like, what have they done? What are they planning on doing? How can they help me? Because not every mentor can work. Like when I was doing, looking for consulting companies to help me grow my group or my dental practice in 2015, I screened like 5 different groups. I screened the Levine group, I screened the McKinsey group, I screened MGE, I screened Scheduling Institute, till I finally found a group that I was aligned with, and I knew that that's what I needed to do in order to get to the next level in the dental, with my patients and in my dental office.
Yeah.
So not every mentoree is going to be exactly what you need. Don't fall for the first one. Make sure that you have a good relationship with them and you feel connected, not only with the vision and the philosophies of the group, of their company, but also with the person you're going to be working with.
And if these mentors are strong mentors, there's going to be a community of mentorees that they have. Reach out to the mentorees. What was your experience with said individual? How did they help you? What tools did they provide to you? That kind of stuff.
Yeah, with Livestream U, what I like about it is that it's going to be like a community. So it's not like you're not only going to reach out to us, you're also going to have other entrepreneurs or dentists that are looking and are going through the same challenges that can help you and mentor you, rather than you always having to go to that one person. You're going to have a community of people that are going to be able to get you through the finish line.
A limitless network. Maybe not limitless, because, obviously a community, you got to continue to build it and continue to grow it. But that is important. And I think that a lot of entrepreneurs feel alone, and you guys aren't. Like, there's lots and lots of people out there. There's lots and lots of people out there who want to help, other individuals in their industry. Maybe not even in their own industry, but I think there's a lot of opportunity there with the community.
Yeah, this is a great time to be an entrepreneur in regards to how much tools and, data and information is out there. And I would say 80% of the time they give a lot of free advice.
I agree.
Through YouTube, Audibles, you get an Amazon account and you can get credits and get free books. Before you had to go to the library and get a book and rent it out, and you had a time frame before you had to turn it in.
The old days.
Yeah. So now things have gotten so much easier to get all this knowledge and all this information. So I would recommend, apart from doing yourself and personal development on the side, find yourself a mentor that you want to work with that can help you grow and scale your business.
I like what you just said there. And I'm going to ask you this question. You talked about self-development, right? So how do you, when you talk about mentorship, how do you differentiate between what mentor you need? There's never ever really an all-encompassing mentor.
No, that's a great, you just reminded me, that's a great point you just brought up. If you want to get into fitness, you want to find a fitness coach, a fitness mentor that's going to help you get there. I can have I can have a business mentor. I can have a mental health mentor. I can have did I say fitness right? Fitness and business. I can have 3 different types of mentors working at the same time with me. So it doesn't mean that you need one mentor for everything. You got to find the mentor for exactly what you're trying to improve in your life.
A life coach.
Well, life coaches also can't do exactly everything.
Exactly correct.
So, I've worked with life coaches that are amazing, but they can't tell me how to make my office more operationally effective. So then I got to find a mentor in business, specifically in dental, hopefully to help me grow that department of the business.
Yes, sir.
Because there's certain things that you need experts in their fields. And I always say, you cannot be a great dentist and be good at everything. I think that dentists that try to be good at root canals, at extractions, at fillings, at restorative are not going to end up becoming great at one thing. So I think it's better if you become great at one thing than being average or below average in all the different buckets.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, because there's always fortes, and that patient can get that work done inside your organization from another dentist.
And it all comes down to your passion and what your purpose is. I love surgery. There was a time in my career that I love restorative, I love cosmetic, but I realized when I was going to dental school, I always knew that I wanted to be more involved with surgery. So I applied to perio programs, and then I decided, no, let me just be a general dentist, and then I'll get into what specialty I like to do, which in my regards is implantology. So you got to figure out what your passion is and your purpose is. And it, like Rep Palmer says, it goes back to even when you were a little kid, and you got to connect. And I think a lot of people just disconnect from the fact that they forget what they used to enjoy as kids.
Yes, I think that, people live in the past way too much. And I think that's where mentors can help them as well. Like, let's live in the present, but focus on the future.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
You got to stay grounded.
Stay grounded. And that's the biggest challenge that entrepreneurs have. Entrepreneurs are impatient. They want to get everything done yesterday. They want everything on steroids.
Yeah.
I think I've heard that a couple times.
Yep. I know someone.
But it is a challenge to pace yourself, and it is a challenge to work through that. And I think that's where, having solid people around you.
A mentor around you is very important.
A mentor, or something like that would be brilliant.
Exactly. Just like I always say, and you were saying, like, let's screen them properly. Let's make sure that the fees are reliable. How much do you think on average a mentor should be charging per hour?
That's an interesting question.
For a business consultant, for example, or a business mentor.
That is a very good question. I would say, I don't know. I'm not even going to take a guess on that, to be honest with you, because it varies so much. You're talking about $100 an hour, or you can go all the way up to a couple $1,000s an hour, depending on, who it is and their reputation and how many times they've failed and their success story. So, fill in the blank. I think it all depends on their resume, on how much they're going to charge for you per
I
per
definitely
hour.
agree with you. Yeah, like you say, I know guys that charge $50,000 for 1 hour of their time just to give you but to give you business advice.
Yeah, that's insane. But you know what? I mean, if there's value in that, then if it's a good spend in your eyes, then spend it.
Exactly.
I mean, if you're going to learn something that you didn't know before that really is going to impact your business, then, the ROI of that's got to be good.
Yeah.
Right?
I remember I was going to get myself into day trading, and it was so hard to find a mentor to teach you, a reliable mentor to teach you how to trade stocks and options. And I must have signed up for like nine different courses till I eventually found one that was really, really good. And you can definitely not go for the most affordable one. You're not going to get the results that you want. The most expensive one, more than likely, is also not going to get you. It's going to be maybe too high level for you at that point. So try to go with somebody of the middle of the road that's user friendly, that you can use the portal and understand it if it's something you're looking to do.
Great advice. A lot of people will go all in and they'll max out on the mentor, and they'll max out on that guy that costs $50,000 an hour. And then it's difficult.
You have so much knowledge, you don't even know what to do with it.
Exactly,
you don't even
correct.
know where to start.
How do you start it? What tool do I use first? Hell, I don't know.
Like some people don't even know how to create a tax ID, like an EIN number, and then you're gonna go have a meeting like that, and it's gonna be a waste of time. So you need to start with the fundamentals and then go from there.
Yeah, and we talk about this all the time, and I think this is what Livestream U is really going to bring to the table as well, is dental school. We need to really get these guys understanding what business is all about. And everybody that I talk to from the Livestream U side, all their contacts and all the relationships that we've developed along the way on that side, they all say the same thing. Like, that's the biggest thing that's missing.
Yeah, in dental school, there's no business training.
No business.
You learn how to do everything else, but you don't learn how to run your business. And that's why DSOs have been so successful, because they have mentors in their organization. They have an executive team and coaches to help you learn the process of the business side.
Hey, speaking of mentors, you haven't shared with everybody, but you're going to be a keynote speaker in September.
Yes. I found out when I was in my sinus lift course. That was great news.
Yeah, bro.
Well, that's exciting. When is it? September, right?
September 15th through the 17th.
All right, guys. Well, I'll check you out there. Thank you so much for your time today. I hope you enjoy the podcast. Thank you, Jeremy. Like always, you put some great information out there today.
You're a remarkable man as well.
Thank you.